ಶುರು ಮಾಡಲಾ? Hello. I'm sorry. I've been telling, I've really not been able to do that. So to compensate for that, I thought we will have this session, and later, let's see, maybe we'll have more frequent sessions with the actors with whom I have worked and who I love. Are you all happy? Are you all enjoying your work? Did the workshop make you enjoy your work a little better? That's what I want to know from you. Of course, you won't be able to tell me that now, but please tell me later. This whole question of being happy with oneself and feeling nice about being in this profession is what I want to talk about today. Because if you had noticed, even in the workshop, we did not really try to separate the two, as many people do. You know, there's a whole style of acting or school of acting where they say it doesn't matter whether an actor is a bad guy or a bad girl, and still the actor can be a good actor. True, there are some bad guys who have managed to be good actors. There are some bad girls who have managed to do good performances. There are people who drink. There are people who do many other things and still do good roles. But can that be the rule? No, that cannot be the rule. That can be an exception to the rule in your acting. And that discipline, when I talk of the inner self and inner discipline, I am not talking like some of these spiritualists do. I am talking of your senses. You know, what your senses are saying on screen or on stage should correspond to what you as an actor is feeling. For example, if you are a indisciplined person, I believe eventually it starts showing in your performance. An actor has to, actually, let me put it this way. We know that a performer and a character are two aspects of an actor. An actor is a performer, and an actor also tries to be a character. Most often, actors focus too much on becoming a character. And it is this excessive emphasis on becoming a character that creates this wrong, silly notion that even if you are a bad guy, even if you are not happy inside, you can still be a good performer. Because the focus is on a character. The character can be a bad character, the character can be a good character. You just have to perform that, and you know. The performer is as important as the character, even while you are performing. Even while you are performing, your personality should come across as clean, even when the character is coming across as maybe unclean, uncouth. You know, ये बात हमने वर्कशॉप में चर्चा की है और ऐसे चर्चा की है साफ सफाई, we've given this word साफ सफाई. Yes, जो साफ सफाई परफॉर्मर का जिम्मेदारी है. परफॉर्मर जो भी कर रहा है स्टेज पे, जो भी कैरेक्टर दिखा रहा है, वो साफ सफाई से करेगा. और परफॉर्मर का जो clean personality has to come across even when the performer is doing an unclean character. This is where, for example, an actor's training matters. An actor is not just getting trained in technique. An actor is getting trained, getting trained in everything. An actor, after every performance, should become a little better human being. This is very, very important. When I started doing Shramadan, along with the workshop, the first day, actors don't realize why is it that we are doing Shramadhan. But after the first Shramadhan, where they will have picked up a broom in their hand or something else in the hand and they've cleaned something, that sense of cleaning, the sense of participating physically in a certain process of cleaning something, suddenly makes you realize that yes, as an actor also, I clean up. An actor cleans up. The character is like a natural thing. It's full of many things. A lot of dirty things, a lot of good things. Flowers are there, thorns are there, like any other natural thing. But that character is being performed. You are not just a character, you are performing the character. And the performer selects the thorns that he or she wants to keep. That performer selects the flower that he or she wants to keep. The performer selects the leaves that they want to keep in that character. And then they remove excessive thorns, excessive and not so well grown flowers, excessive leaves from out of that tree called character, and then present it to the audience. All performances are a presentation. They are like any other presentation. And in this sense, there is no difference between a great saint and an actor. You may laugh at what I am saying, but I am saying this not with an intention that a saint is a better human being and an actor is a lesser human being. An actor, please remember that an actor actually started the profession as a medium for God, or as a medium for the good. Every role that an actor does has to deliver something good. And that something good, you can't deliver it outside of you. No, you have to have it inside of you. There are examples like, I believe this actor Pran, who always did bad characters, the co-actors, actresses, have many times said that it is a great feeling to be working with Pran. So Pran was such an amazing good guy, I believe, as a performer, that it was a joy to be working with Pran. It's not just that. It is that an actor is as decent a profession as that of a saint, or as that of a teacher, or that of any profession. We are in a profession which is a good profession. This is a profession which is trying to push the good in the society. We are pushing the good in the society. We are pushing for God as opposed to the devil. Don't forget this. You may be doing the role of a devil, but you have to push the good. And that cannot happen if you are not happy as a performer. The good, what is good? Love is good. If you don't love your co-actor, if you don't love your team members, if you don't love your camera person or a light guy, how can you be a good actor? And this love that you can feel for the community, that little community which is shooting the thing, or the little community which is there in that production, if you can achieve the goodness, love, happiness, share happiness with others, share this thing, appreciate something that they have done while they are practicing with you, that's the beginning. This is very, very important. Otherwise, an actor becomes pompous. An actor becomes so full in the head because you've been doing roles and you've got great credits and people have been talking about you. And so actually you are shrinking in the size. Your image may be becoming bigger and bigger, but you are shrinking in the size. This is not good for the actor's profession. That's why right in the beginning of my workshops, I tell you that, look, you are playing a game. Play it well and enjoy the performance, enjoy the play, enjoy the character. This is not just a technical requirement. When I said it in the workshop, maybe it sounded like just a technical requirement. But today I am telling you, it is actually joyful to be a good performer, to play it well and feel happy that you are playing it well. If you are a saint and you are saying good things to the people, because like actors, a saint is also used to saying good things. It's all become part of you. It's all become a dialogue. If the saint is not feeling happy inside while saying this, if the saint is not feeling those feelings which the dialogue is supposed to say, I think it will show in the saint. And that fellow will become less of a saint. The same with actors. Actors are almost like a naked being. I'm deliberately using this word, naked. This nakedness is something which you should cherish. You have nothing to hide. You are using every aspect of your body, every aspect of your senses, and performing. Most people in society can't do that. And most people in society feel bad that they can't do that. Most people in society feel bad that they cannot be naked and feel good about it. I'm not talking it sexually. I'm talking it as a value-free idea that you are just your body. You're a small person. An actor is a small being, 5.5 feet, 5'9" or 6 foot. You can't be 7 foot. If you are 7 foot, you start looking ugly. If you are 3 foot, you start looking ugly. If you are too fat, you start looking ugly. An actor thus is actually a moderately tall, a moderately fat or thin being. And what is the big deal? The big deal is that there is something joyous inside the actor while they are performing, while they are not performing, and this joyousness is something, again, to be cultivated. You have to cultivate it. Like all professions, the actor's profession is a very difficult profession. There's so many things which bother you while you're performing, while you're not performing. You have 100 reasons to become petty. An actor has 100 reasons to become petty, because an actor has just his or her performance, and there are another 10 people performing. So you have to feel like a mother feels about the child, about your character. So there is pettiness. And then suddenly, if you become famous, you start gloating, your image starts becoming bigger. You should know how to handle it. Don't ever get carried away by that. Keep telling yourself that I am just a 5.5 foot person. I can only use my 5 senses. I can only use my silly 2 eyes. I can only use my silly voice. I can only use my 2 legs and two hands. And with that, I have to create a character which is maybe which has a size which is endless. I may have to create a character which flies. I may have to create a character which is monstrously big. But inside that, I am just this. I cannot become actually 5 feet 9 inches if I am 5 feet 6 inches. This is very, very important for us to realize. I was reading somewhere where Vivekananda is talking to some young people, and he tells the young people a small shloka in Sanskrit, and he tells the meaning of it. And the meaning of it is, the greatest truth is that you are going to die. This is the meaning of the shloka. He puts it across to the young people and then asks them to respond. They all get disturbed, and they also feel very frightened, and they say, sir, but this is a very frightening reality. He said, yes, this is a frightening reality. It frightens you, but understand it and get over the feeling of fear. And then he says, you can start enjoying your life, because you realize that every day you live, you have to live the maximum. Because you know that you are going to die, but before you die, every minute, every second, it is you who has to enjoy it. The society may be pushing you towards unhappiness. The society may be pushing you towards all sorts of situations. You realize that no, but this is my life. In spite of all these situations, in spite of illnesses, in spite of unhappinesses, in spite of bad marriage, I have to enjoy this one day, because this one day is precious to me, because I am going to die. So this is how Vivekananda tells those young people how to handle living. Actors, it's exactly the same. For actors, the death may come even before you actually die. Suddenly you stop becoming popular, or the theatre group may close, and you still live. So whatever it is, every bit of what you are doing, You should know your limitation, your smallness, and then grow big as the character. So this is what I wanted to tell you. It's really a continuation of what we discussed over those 7 days of the workshop. Please refer back to all that you did, whether it is the Shramadhan, whether it is the cutting of the fruits, or whether it is all that fun you had when you jointly did some exercises, when you started, dancing crazily to some crazy music or some crazy idea. All that, now you think of it and try to adopt that attitude in life. I know actors, even famous actors, they go for a shoot and they may have to wait for 4 hours before their shot comes. They go to a shoot and the shoot may get cancelled. They know that 4 hours, it is their task to enjoy that 4 hours. So maybe they play something, or they talk to somebody, or they try something, or watch a bird, or watch a bee, or talk to a fellow light boy or something and find out what is his tragedy and what is the pain that he is suffering. Whatever it is, you see, this thing of getting part of the society is very, very important for actors. Unfortunately, the popular notion about an actor is that he or she is irresponsible, that they break their marriages like nobody's business, that each actor will have 3 boyfriends or 5 girlfriends and all that, and all actors are drunks, and all actors are indisciplined. Also, that most actors are ignorant. I think it's a shame. Of course, this is popular notion, but I also know that a lot of actors fit this notion, sadly. As actors, we should be as disciplined as Mahatma Gandhi or whoever it is. At least we should try to do that. There's also another very difficult thing that I have faced. If you are a saint or a sannyasi, you at least have physically distanced yourself from the attractions of life, attractions of sex, attractions of food, attractions of drink, etc. But I, as an actor, I, as a theatre person, can't do that. Because for me, my senses are very, very important for me. I have to realize myself through my senses. Whereas a sannyasi realizes oneself not through the senses, by keeping the senses away, by not looking at things, by not speaking about bad things, or not listening to things. They just keep it away, they switch it off. I can't switch it off. I have to go into the society. I have to watch the good, bad, ugly, everything. When I have to do this, let me tell you, if I can achieve a certain discipline in my life, I am better than a sannyasi. I'm telling you this because this is a very beautiful thing. This gives us confidence. Being within the senses, being within the attractive aspects of life and still be able to maintain a certain discipline is what makes you a great actor. Because then you know when to switch it off, when to switch it on, when to use it, when to complete that performance, but always from within you are aware that, look, I am doing this because it has to be done. I am aware that I am maybe getting entangled, and then you should also, because of that awareness and discipline, you'll disentangle yourself. So there are, actor's life is a fascinating life, and I one of the readings that I do is actually the biographies and autobiographies of actors. It's a fascinating read for me. I read them better than great novels many times. One of such books that I read was about this actress from the 19th century Paris. Her name, she had a strange name which was given to her because of her dancing, Mistunguet. She was very famous. And she was famous because of her long legs and sexy looks. She was a dancer in a moral ditch. I'm using this word moral ditch to tell you where she had to handle her performance. But when you read her autobiography, you get so much of respect for that woman, what all she does, what all she goes through. But in all that, that woman never loses her sense that, look, I have to grow as a slightly better dancer. I have these legs, and every male is coming to me to see those bloody legs. She knows that. Or she knows the moment she finishes her performance and goes to her backstage, there will be some Maharaja or some British general sitting there trying to make friends with her. She knows all that, and she suffers all that, and she manages actors, for example. She's such a great actress, she can't get actors to dance with her. She manages that with great difficulty, but all through that, what I admired most about Miss Tinguet was that she was a professional dancer with a great professional dignity for dancing. This is very, very important for us. I think not only is it important for us, but we should also see that the society also realizes this. We should tell the society that, look, you have so much of respect for a sannyasi. A sannyasi is, after all, half done, in the sense that the fellow has kept away from all the attractive things. Here is me, who is in the ditch, moral ditch, but I am maintaining a certain dignity. I am growing as an actress. This is what we should tell the audience. When Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was asked by Gautam, what's his name? The great playwright, I think Ghosh, to see this play that he was doing on Kali, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa agrees and he goes to see the play. And the one who is performing the role of Kali is this actress who was a sex worker by profession. She was not a sex worker. I mean, the tradition of sex working is where she came from. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, at the end of the performance, is so enchanted by this lady's performance, he goes and falls at her feet. And this woman, who thinks of Ramakrishna as the greatest god, she is so startled, she doesn't know how to handle it. So here is this example where Paramahamsa realizes that this silly woman, who is from a sex worker family, is such a great worker. He says that, look, you have made me realize Kali. I've been wanting to realize Kali. Today you made me realize Kali. you made Kali come in front of my eyes. So he gives the greatest compliment to her. This is what an actor should aspire for. Actors cannot aspire to give up senses, because that's my expression. Actors cannot aspire to give up doing promiscuous roles. No, promiscuousness is part of the situation in many places. I have to do all that. But I have to do maybe a rapist on stage. I have to do maybe a drunkard on stage. I have to do maybe a lecherous rascal on stage. But I can't become that. Not only that I can't become that, but I should become so aware of myself that I should be knowing that I am performing that, but yet I have maintained a distance. I can watch the lecherousness as well. This is the thing. And I want to end this discussion here by saying that whatever was taught as Indian method in acting to you those 7 days was this. There's a very close link between all those methods that you learned. They're all not from me. I've acquired it from many sources. I've acquired it from Natya Shastra. I've acquired it from Al-Qazi. I've acquired it from Badal Sarkar. I've acquired it from many others. And that and what I have talked today, which looks like a lot of moral lessons, they are linked, and they're very deeply linked. Thank you very much. I wish I could take questions from you. I wish I could see your faces and smile at you. It's not possible today, but let's keep in touch. Thank you very much. I'll try and speak to you again one of these days. There's one little thing I want to talk. It's actually a continuation of what I talked in the last half an hour. I want to beg for a little donation from you. Let me explain why I want to do that. This space where I am sitting and giving this, talking to you, this is the space of the Indian Institute of Educational Theatre. And this institute idea came to me after I started these workshops, because as I had already told you, when I started this workshop, I used to get very disturbed, because I used to say to myself, oh my God, I am trying to teach theatre acting, and here are these young people who are all going to go into cinema and serials. I know that. Why am I wasting my time? But then slowly I realized that those youngsters who were sitting in front of me trying to learn from me were as serious as I was and as trapped as I was in this peculiar situation. They had to make a living, they had to go and act in serials, act in films, act in dirty advertisements, whatever, for a living. So then I said, no, I can't get angry with them or they can't get angry with me, but we have to find a solution to this. This was the solution we found. Today, it's simply not possible or almost not possible to do what we have been doing as theatre, which is adult theatre. Adult theatre is almost gone. Partly we are to blame for that, partly the society is to blame. Ordinary people, for whatever reason, today think that what they see in a mobile as serial or as cinema is theatre. For them, that is theatre. For them, Amitabh Bachchan's film is good theatre or bad theatre if it is bad. So, when the whole audience have accepted cinema and serial as theatre, what is the point in doing theatre, live theatre for adults? That's when I said, but then there is an educational sector where there are children, and there is a branch of theatre called Theatre in Education, which uses theatre in order to talk to the kids, in order to make the kid come alive, happy, before they can go into chemistry or physics or Kannada or English or whatever. So this institute, we have spent a lot of money, I have borrowed a lot of money, my friends have put money into it, we have built this theatre. Above there are rehearsal space, and there are a bunch of very, very senior people who are willing to run this. We have no money. We've tried to get it from the state. The state doesn't even understand this. The state is wonder stuck on this idiot machine more than the audience. So I have no other choice but to ask you people, the actors, please send some money, and I can assure you that me and my friends will take care of that money as if it is God's own money. You send us 1 rupee, we'll keep proper accounts of it. We will also inform you to which actor that 1 rupee was given as a fellowship to work in which school, which public school. You will get the information of the school in which that actor has worked as a TIE trainer. All that will be given to you. Hopefully, we are also trying to set up such a system. And I want this institute to grow as Actors Institute. Today you can't work in theatre, fine. At least make somebody who can work and who wants to work and who has to work in theatre and education. Please send small donations. We don't want big donations. If you, as I said, 1 rupee or 1,000 rupee or 100 rupee or whatever is good enough, and we will build a very, very good system of taking care of that money and spending it as if it is 10 times larger than what it is.